bookkeeping for your business feels easy or stressful really comes down to the quality of the systems that you use to track everything. And while the folder of receipts is probably the most common system that I see, it's not necessarily the most optimal. You should always hang on to any physical copies of your receipts for at least 6 years, but I also recommend that folks create a digital storage system for all of their business-related tax documents separated by year. That way, if you were ever audited by the CRA and they were asking to see something specific, you could quickly and easily locate it. The first thing that you're going to do is choose a cloud storage platform. If you already have one that you use, then I would suggest just sticking with that. If you don't have one yet, you might actually, without realizing it, if you have a Gmail or a YouTube account, then you have a Google account, which gives you access to Google Drive, which is free. When you are in the beginning stages of business, I always recommend to keep recurring expenses as low as possible, so you don't need to sign up for a paid service at this point. If you're already paying for a service like Dropbox that you're using personally, then you could start using it for your business as well, and then you'll be able to write off a portion of that expense. We'll cover that a bit later. It doesn't really matter which cloud storage platform you use, but I do recommend using one that has a mobile app that you can put on your phone. It just makes it super easy to snap a photo of any physical receipts you get, and then you can upload them right into the storage folder. To start, you're going to need one folder that holds everything. I usually call this something like tax document storage. Then inside of that folder, you can create folders for each tax year. So assuming that we're working on 2026, you can make a new folder called 2026. Then inside the 2026 folder, we're going to create a bunch more folders. I know, it's a lot of folders. It's one of those situations where a little bit of upfront work saves a lot of headache later on. I promise it's worth it. Create the following folders. Number 1, bank statements. Number 2, credit card statements. Number 3, receipts and invoices. Number 4, completed tax documents. Number 5, medical expenses. Number 6, mixed use expenses. And number 7 and 8 are optional. They are home expenses and vehicle expenses. If you don't have a dedicated office or workshop in your home, then you don't need the home expenses folder. Unfortunately, working from your couch or at your kitchen table does not count. And if you don't ever use your personal vehicle for things like driving to Canada Post to drop off some shipments or going to meet with a client, then you don't need the vehicle expenses folder either. Completed tax documents is where you can put things like your completed notice of assessment or anything that you might receive from your accountant. Medical expenses is where you can store any receipts for medical or dental things that you have paid for out of pocket. Most small business owners don't have extended medical coverage through a job, so you'll probably want to save things like receipts from an optometrist visit, massage therapy, physiotherapy, things like that. Mixed use expenses is where you can put receipts for things that you pay for and mostly use personally, but that also get some business use that you're not your home or vehicle. Probably the most common example is your mobile phone. Although it is your personal device, most small business owners that I know also use their phones to do things like post to a social media account, answer business emails or messages, things like that. Another example that I mentioned earlier is something like a cloud storage platform that you originally purchased just for personal use, but now will be using for business as well. If you have more than one bank account or credit card that will have business transactions on it, then you'll need to make a folder for each one. I usually add the last 4 digits of the account number to the end of the folder name so that things are clear. The last thing that we need to do to get our storage system ready is to go to the receipts and invoices folder, and inside of that, create a new folder for every month. I know, more folders. This is the last round of it, I promise. And I also promise that it's a lot easier to find a receipt that your accountant is asking for when everything is organized by month. And that's it. Now you have a beautiful storage system and you're ready to start uploading your documents. Start taking photos of the receipts in that giant folder and uploading them to the subfolder for the month that they are from. You'll also want to go get your PDF statements from your bank accounts and your credit cards and put them in their respective folders as well. Any receipts that you have for medical, home, vehicle, or mixed use expenses will go in their folders. If you know that you have an expense but you don't currently have a receipt for it, take a look and see if you can download it. For example, you might be able to log into your Hydro account and download your invoices from there, but if not, try contacting the company and see if they can send one to you. If you ever get audited and you can't provide a receipt or an invoice to the CRA to back up something that you have claimed as a write-off, then they'll usually throw that expense out and you may end up owing back taxes plus interest.